Hi guys! Today I am going to take you through the process of making a LPS Demodog from Stranger Things. It's kind of my new obsession, so probably gonna be making a few more Stranger Things content kind of themed stuff. Anyways, you're probably wondering why a Demodog? Why not a Demogorgon? It's because all the LPS I have walk on 4 feet. Because I only have dogs and cats, and it'd just be easier for me. So yeah, and you're also probably wondering why I'm using the drawing of Diamond. It's because I was too lazy to make another one of me, so I just gave Diamond this little like necklace collar type thing of a Demogorgon mouth. I just wanted to do that. I thought it'd be cute and fun for this theme video. Anyways, without further ado, let's get straight into it. For the base, I just used a cat and had my mom chop off the ears and the tail. Because, well, Demodogs don't have ears. They do have tails, but not like that. On the left side, this is my cousin. She's remaking this old custom she did. Because well, she was doing the project with me. She wasn't here for most of it, but she did do a lot of work that I did not really record most of it. But here's my mom chopping off the other ear. And as you saw there, the head did fall off, but LPS heads are easy to pop back on. And well, this is what we're working with. So the first things we did here was use my dog and cat's nail filer thing to shave down the rough edges so it'd be easier to put like clay on, and so like pieces weren't like bumpy when we started painting and stuff like that. It was a bit of a time-consuming process, but that's okay because the end result pleased me enough. And here's a clip of me showing what my cousin was doing. She was, well, doing exactly what I was doing. She seems really focused. It was a bit too bad that we only had one shaver because we didn't really get to, like, we had to share and we'd had to take turns. And here's where we found out that only a little tiny bit of my clay block was, well, not completely dry. So she's just cutting off the bit that was good because the rest of it was rock hard. I had it in a little container, but apparently air still got through and dried it up over time. But it's okay because it was enough clay. So I didn't really show the process of me adding the clay to the head, but here was our the result-ish of us putting some clay over the ear holes to like make it like, you know, smooth enough. We also put some clay over where we cut the tail off, you know, to smooth it out to get it ready for a new tail. So here is the day after I've put like a whole bunch of clay over the face. Turns out like after it dried, you could kind of see like the outline of where the eyes were. Kind of bothered me, but I just left it for now. And also here's a drawing of Nancy from season 2 that I did. I signed it so my cousin couldn't steal it and say it was hers. And here's my cousin's finished piece, or almost finished piece, you know, of what she did. I really sped up this part because it takes up a lot of time and it's just me kind of failing over and over again. So here is me drawing out my idea. I was looking at a reference picture of a Demodog mouth because I wanted it to be open, and well, what I was doing before was not working at all. I had to get the actual LPS to like measure it with the head because I drew it too big the first time. And well, on camera, it just wasn't working for me for some reason. And here is what I finally got. The one on the top is for the middle and bottom, the middles of the Demogorgon flower mouth thing. So here is me re-sculpting a longer, bigger tail. Because the other tail, yeah, way too small. It was hard to break though, so that was kind of good. But still, too small. So, yeah, I just took a lot of time re-sculpting it. The process did take long, but the end result, I like the end result. It was a bit tricky to get the tail to actually stick to the body without using super glue first. Because I don't usually use super glue first until I like finish like smoothing it down to make it look like it's actually a part of the body. But with the Demogorgon, you don't really have to worry too much about that because its body is just like you could like see its bones. And it's just like really weird looking. So here it is when it's fully dry. Its head did pop off again, but I wasn't gonna be mad about it because I needed to do some sculpting on the body, so I'm okay with it. So here I am just trying to like make its like, I don't know what you call those. It's like its hip bone. I don't know, but it's like really like bony and like sticking up. So I just wanted to recreate that because in the show, season 2, Dustin's pet Demogorgon or Demodog, Dart, like when it like the camera like shows just him, you can like see the back of it, like its bone just like sticking up. I'll see if I could like find a picture and show you guys, but hope you guys know what I'm talking about. And here's after everything dried. I did add a little bit more sculpting to like the side of it to make it like seem like its ribs are kind of sticking out a bit, like if it's like hungry and hasn't eaten in days. Not too much of a big fan about it, but we'll just see how it looks in the finished result. So yeah, after like everything had like finished drying and stuff like that, and after I super glued, I used my pet shavers, the nail filer, to like make like indents in the body and stuff like that, make it look like it is from the upside down. So instead I just started working on all 6 of its little flower mouth things. Did take some time. When I was doing this part, it was night, so I got to do like 3, and then I had to wait for the next day to do the rest. And then I finished and just smoothed out the edges and put something to stand it up so I could like make it like in a little pose position so it could dry that way. And here's a clip of me just super gluing all the other stuff in so you know it doesn't fall out, because clay tends to do that a lot if it's not like secured in. And here I noticed a piece of clay that was stuck to it and I didn't want it to super glue in, so I used a toothpick to get rid of it. And Andromeda was curious, so she had to check out what I was doing. And here are all the 6 pieces of the flower parts. There was 3 drying and 3 that were dried. And then I just had to wait for them to finish drying and then we could get to super gluing them. I did add a little bit of like lines on the inside to like give it like texture. I don't know why, I just felt like it. And there's the Demogorgon. And here's the part where I was super gluing the parts to the head. Had to find out which part goes where and super glued them. It was a bit tricky to super glue them because I couldn't really like see 100% straight, so they were a bit crooked and not in the middle, and I have very shaky hands, which also didn't help a lot. And since these are thin pieces, they were kind of fragile and I didn't want them to break. But anyways, enjoy the process of me trying to stick on something with my very shaky hands. Yeah. And now it was time for me to make the tea. The teeth probably wasn't the best idea to do 1,000 toothpicks. No, I'm over exaggerating. It wasn't 1,000 toothpicks, but there was a whole bunch of toothpicks. Probably should have just like painted them in, but I wanted it to feel like alive and like 3D and not like it's not a part of it. And since, you know, Demogorgons have like very sharp teeth, I wanted to do that. Because if I painted them in, the teeth were not going to be sharp at all. They were just going to be tiny white blobs that would not have looked like teeth. But anyways, yeah. So for now, I am going to take clay and put it in between each little petal, like webbing on like a frog's feet or a duck feet. Anything that has webbing in its feet. So enjoy the process of me doing it because I'm going to speed it up a lot. This process did take a while, but I think it was worth it. It was a bit of a struggle because I had to like smooth everything out without having to put too much pressure on the petals so they wouldn't like bend over and break or like come off of the head, because I did not want that. And here is after about a day and a half of putting webbing in between each petal. I think it turned out good. I just need to secure it in with super glue. And we are finished with super gluing. Now we just have to wait till it dries. And after the glue dried, I started to add the millions of teeth that the Demogorgon has. But then I noticed I had forgotten something. The Demogorgons have like this like round thing inside their mouth. It's like kind of like popping out, and it has like another layer of teeth inside of it and stuff like that. So before I finish doing the teeth, I'm going to add that. And after a bit of trying to make it look good, I got this, and I am pretty happy with it. I didn't record myself doing the teeth because that would have been way too long, and I don't think you guys would have really wanted to see that. I'm not finished, and maybe I'll pop in a few little scenes of me putting in the rest of the teeth. But that's how it's turning out so far. Looks like a Demogorgon enough. I don't think I have enough teeth, but I might have to make some more. But I'll do anything that gets this to look like a Demogorgon. And here was me trying to film me putting a tooth in. This is my first attempt, and well, wasn't really going to plan because the tooth just did not want to stick to the clay at all. Like, it stuck to the clay, just the wrong one. Stuck to the one on my finger. And well, I just ended up giving up. And attempt numero dos. This attempt did not work either. As you can see, I am struggling and it did not work. And the last attempt before I finally gave up. Let's see how this one goes. Yeah, as you can see there, I just gave up. And with the camera off, I actually got the teeth to stick on way easier. For some reason, they just did not want to be caught on camera. And now it's painting time. During this time, I'll tell you guys a bit about the Demogorgon, or the Demodog. There is a total of 6 stages in the Demogorgon life cycle. Stage 1 of the Demogorgon is the larval stage, technically like right after it hatches from the egg. Stage 2 is the polywog, technically a toddler Demogorgon. Stage 3 and 4 are not known yet, so we don't exactly know what they look like in those stages or what it's called. Stage 5, of course, is the Demodog, a young adult Demogorgon. And the last stage, stage 6, is of course the Demogorgon, a fully grown Demogorgon. Like some reptiles, such as a lizard or a snake, the Demogorgon does molt or shed to continue growing. Before I continue, I'd like to show you guys the official Stranger Things coloring book. I do believe it's at Walmart now, so go get yours before they run out. I did get mine online because they didn't have it when we went, because online did not say it was in store. You could either go to the store or buy it online. Either way works, because that's what I did. But back to the video. The Demogorgon is from a place called the Upside Down. The Upside Down is a mirror image of a town called Hawkins. It is just darker and colder, and the air is toxic. The people in Hawkins are able to go to the Upside Down, but I wouldn't recommend it, for it is filled with tons of dangerous creatures. There are vines that can strangle you, there are demobats, technically flying demogorgons, and of course, demogorgons themselves. Demogorgons have the ability to create portals or doorways from their world into ours. They can create a doorway in just about anything, like they could create it in the wall, in the floor, in the roof, even a tree, probably even a person if they really wanted to. The Demogorgon doesn't have many weaknesses, but one that we know for sure is fire. Fire can be very deadly for a Demogorgon if it stands in it too long. All the creatures of the Upside Down are connected in a way. If you set one of them on fire, all the other creatures of the Upside Down can feel that creature's pain. Not many things are known to be able to kill a Demogorgon other than 11. We can clearly see this in the last episode of Season 1. 11 dissolves the Demogorgon to save her friends. Demogorgons are like sharks. They can detect blood from miles away. Even in another dimension, they can detect even the smallest bit of blood and know exactly where it is. Demogorgon and Demodogs have a few differences. The number one difference is that a Demodog walks on all four, while the Demogorgon mainly walks on 2 feet. The Demogorgon can walk on all fours, but doesn't do it often. The only time we really see it is when it either attacks people or breaks down doors. Demogorgons are really strong. They have bulletproof bodies. Not even the strongest gun would be able to do any damage to it. Won't be able to say the same for the Demodogs though. The only time they are bulletproof is when they reach full adulthood. Same goes for fire. If they are in fire, they won't be able to survive long. Only the adults can survive for a longer period of time. So really, the only known thing that is confirmed to kill a Demogorgon is 11, because she has biokinesis. So she could do anything to that Demogorgon with her mind. Another difference between a Demogorgon and a Demodog is that Demogorgons do not have tails while Demodogs do. They do eventually grow out of it and the tail completely disappears, but they stay with their tail from stage 1 to stage 5. Maybe one day in a future video I would create a Demogorgon out of clay as a polywog, or yeah, polywog. The Demogorgons are controlled by this even bigger monster in the Upside Down that is called the Mind Flayer. The Mind Flayer technically just tells the Demogorgon what to do and where to go and stuff like that. But it's not all the time. I'm pretty sure the Demogorgon is able to do whatever it wants at times. But for those who don't know what the Mind Flayer is, it's technically this huge shadow monster that is technically based off of a Black Widow spider. And well, that's all I do know about the Demogorgon and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna continue talking about the painting. Well, like 2 of its teeth did fall off when I was painting at the base coat down. Had to super glue them back in, but that wasn't really a problem. I used red paint mixed with a bit of black to get this like dark red kind of color. Do wish it was like a bit of a more brighter dark red and not like a duller dark red, but I don't really know how to do that, so this is the color that's going to have to be. I might add some more like either white or like the light red back like into the paint mixture to make it a bit lighter. Might not though. This layer you see me doing here is actually the 3rd layer, because I didn't really think you needed to see the 2nd layer because it's technically just the same thing, just this one. I did add a bit more red and a tiny little bit of white because this color that I was doing before was a bit too dull for me. And here was me thinking that I probably should have added the teeth after I finished painting because it was too hard to paint with the teeth. Of course I can't take them out now, but I just maybe in the future I'll try it the other way if I ever do make a Demogorgon LPS again. And like now I'm debating whether I should use like some like paint gloss to make the mouth shiny or just put some super glue in. I mean, it'll make sure the teeth stay for even longer. So I might just do that because sometimes the gloss doesn't really come out good. I don't know 100% why. It just doesn't. So I might just put a whole bunch of super glue in the mouth if I have enough. Here I'm just making sure I got every little bit painted over before I could do the next layer of this color. Sadly, I lost the clips of me shading the Demogorgon with green and red shades and also painting the teeth. But here I'm just adding a bit of super glue to the mouth so it could dry shiny. I added a lot of super glue. My technique did work. I did add a little bit of too much super glue in areas, but it's okay because it's not too much. If you guys don't know, like I didn't know, if it's too much super glue in in like one spot, it dries and the color isn't clear, it turns white. So now mine looks like it has rabies a little bit, but I'm not too mad about it because it's not a lot, only like a little bit. And here's the finished result. As you can see, it looks like it has rabies, but that's okay. The one on the bottom lip kind of is like falling over the side of the mouth, which kind of makes it look like it's drilling. I don't know if there's like a way to like make that clear again, but if there is, let me know because I need to know. But anyways, here's the finished Demogorgon dog. Demodog. Tell me what you guys think in the comments and let me know if you want me to do another character. I don't know. I also haven't finished the custom mare. I don't know when I'm going to finish it. But yeah. Well, I hope you guys have a great day. Hope you enjoyed the video. Bye-bye.